There's something really important for you to know before you take any Pilates or yoga. If a teacher ever tells you that if you just keep stretching and keep trying, you'll become as flexible as they are, that's really not very different from someone telling you that if you just keep playing basketball, you'll get a lot taller. I know that sounds ridiculous, but let's think about it. We all have a slightly different structure. For example, the bones of our pelvis, the way that those bones come together form our hip sockets. And the orientation of the hip socket plays a big part in determining exactly where our leg can go and what our range of motion is. Then there's the quality of our ligaments and our connective tissue. Then there's what your nervous system perceives is the safe and right range of motion for you. So if for whatever reason the brain perceives that a really big range of motion isn't the safest and best thing, it won't let us go there. So there are a whole lot of factors that go into what our range of motion is, apart from how many times or how often we try to stretch in a certain way. So if somebody suggests to you that you just need to try more and try harder, they could be setting you up for an injury. Here's a quick conversation we had about it in last weekend's workshop.
That's one of those things that's structural. So, yes, unfortunately, a lot of yoga and Pilates teachers think, well, I can do this. So, if you just keep practicing long enough, you'll be able to do it too. And they can push your knee to the floor and tear something. But really, it's a structural issue. And that's the rotation that's available to you. So, one thing that I've heard better yoga instructors say is you want to sit up high enough to just keep elevating yourself until your knee is just able to be at the same level at the pelvis, because it also has to do with getting the pelvis to be able to be forward. And that's just how everything fits together. So give that a try. Just keep stacking yourself up. And even if the knee doesn't quite get as low as where your hip joint is, just so that it doesn't feel so awkward, like you're just in an internal struggle. Those are the people end up dancing, right? People dance because they can do those movements easily and naturally because our ligaments are overly lax, for example. And then we have other issues because we're so loosely strung together. But yeah, like you were saying, don't look at us.
And because if I go to a doctor and they check something, they're like, whoa, I'm like Gumby, and it's not desirable. Like, I don't have this on my resume, you know what I mean? That I can, and actually I have a tear in my hip. So in some ways it's beneficial that you can't go, but I will tell you, and I don't mean that we're freaks. You guys know what I'm saying, I'm making a joke, but like that we're just very hypermobile and this is why this is our career. But most people are here, or one is like this and one is like, I mean, I would say everyone I've worked with for 20 plus years, most people are like this. I think it's more unusual to be able to do that. Right? Wouldn't you agree, Alexis? And there's no real benefit because if you feel a stretch, that's what's important.
And there it is, that last bit. The important part is, are you feeling a stretch? So you want to go by your feeling and let that be your guide and not worry about the shape that you're making and what that looks like relative to what everybody else's shape is, because we all have different structures. Stay safe out there.